Hi guys, welcome to this video. So I'm starting off with my Kryolan D30 under eye corrector, and I'm gonna use it under my eyes where I have a lot of dark circles and also around the mouth to cover any pigmentation because I have a lot of it. So I'm just gonna dab it on, and then I'm moving on to my foundation, and I'm using the Revlon Colorstay in warm golden, I believe. I'll list all the products used in the description box so you have an idea what I'm using. And I'm blending it out with my Glowmiere Beauty sponge, which I recently started using. I'll do a full review on it soon, but as you can see, the sponge is a little bit too round for me. I mean, it gets a little bit hard to get under the eyes with this, but it does do a good job of blending out your foundation. I'll make sure to put a proper review soon. So I'm just gonna dab it along and blend my foundation with it, and afterwards I'm gonna move on to my concealer. I'm gonna be using the Maybelline Age Rewind, which I've almost finished, so I'm gonna top it off with the Maybelline Fit Me concealer in the shade Sand. I'm just gonna use a little bit of it because I didn't want to look too made up. I wasn't really going anywhere, just doing this tutorial to show you guys. So I'm gonna take the same beauty sponge and dab it around to blend all of the concealer into the skin, and I'm just gonna use the same dabbing motion under the eyes, everywhere, just to blend it out. Next, I'm gonna set my under eye concealer and my chin area because that's where my concealer always melts from, with the RCMA No color powder, and I'm again gonna use the same beauty sponge to apply it in a baking kind of method. You can see the sponge is a little bit too big, so it gets a little hard to go around the eyes. I really realized later on in the video that under my left eye I actually left a little mark where I did not conceal. Next, I'm gonna contour with the Elle Pro Conceal in the shade Toast. I'm just gonna draw a few lines on the sides of my cheekbones, not the cheekbones, like on the sides of my cheek and down my nose, and then I'm gonna blend it out using just my finger at first, and afterwards I'm gonna use the Glowmiere Beauty sponge again to just take care of any harsh lines that may have formed. As you can see, it does slim down my nose quite a lot because I have a little broad nose, but this is not a step that I do often. Next, I'm gonna fill in my brows using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dipbrow pomade in the shade Dark Brown. And I'm just gonna take a small rounded brush and then go over the eyebrows, just fill in the sparse areas, nothing too dramatic. I'm actually quite happy with the shape of my eyebrows, but I do like to have them looking full and like very dark. So I'm just gonna fill in the ends first and then move on to the starting of the eyebrow. And there you can see one eyebrow is done, and I'm just gonna move the brow hairs in place because they're quite long and they have a tendency of falling down a lot of the times. So I did the second brow off camera, so you can see now how the brows look all done up. On my eyes, I'm just gonna use the Maybelline Fit Me concealer today because I wasn't really going anywhere, so it did not matter to me if my concealer lasted all day or not. I'm again blending it with the same sponge, and then I'm gonna set it with the same RCMA No color powder just so it doesn't form creases while I'm blending my eyeshadows in there. Plus, it also makes blending your eyeshadow a lot easier. Next, I'm gonna be using one of my favorite palettes these days, which is the Morphe 35O. It has a very good shade selection of all neutrals and brown shades. I'm gonna be using a PAC Cosmetics round fluffy brush to blend it out, and I'll show you the color that I'm using right now. This color I'm just gonna place in my crease area, and I'm gonna make sure to blend it out properly so there are no harsh lines. I'm doing the same on the other eye as well. Next, I'm gonna take this warm brown shade, and I'm gonna add it in the crease and a little bit on the outer corner as well. And again, just blending it out so there are no lines forming between the two shades. These both colors are gonna be acting as my transition shade today, as I'm gonna be using a little bit of a darker shade on the outer crease. I'm using this PAC 033 brush to pick up another dark brown color to put it into my outer corner and also a little bit in my crease. Next, I'm gonna pick up this beautiful golden shade, and I'm gonna lay it on my eyelid until I'm happy with the intensity of the color. Just look down and cover all of the eyelid area, but don't go too far out in the crease or on the outer corner, because then you're gonna be overshadowing the colors that we put in there earlier. Neutral eye makeup is seriously my favorite kind of makeup to do. I mean, I just love how golds and browns look, especially on the Indian and tan skin tones. I'm gonna be taking a crease brush and that dark brown shade, and I'm gonna add it in the outer corner. And then I'm gonna connect it a little bit on the inside as well, but not going too far around the inner corner at all. It honestly takes so much of time to blend all of your eyeshadows together, especially when you're very particular about how they look and if there are no creases and all. I'm gonna be using the same fluffy blending brush to just blend everything out. Sorry, that was my phone. And I'm gonna add this matte white kind of a shade in under my brow bone, and also a little bit in the inner corner. The inner color highlight did not really pop up as much as I wanted it to, because I really did not clean my brush before picking up the white shade. Next, I'm gonna use a fluffy face blending brush, and I'm gonna dust away all of that powder that I was using to set. And then I'm going to add in the same shadows that we used in the crease and on the eyelid, under my eyes, to give a little bit of a smoky effect. I'm gonna be adding the golden on the inner side and the brown shade on the outer, and then just connect it to the shadow that we put in the crease. Next, I'm gonna be using the Revlon Fabuliner for doing my eyeliner and the winged eye. I'm just gonna do the lid first, and then I'm gonna draw a small wing and then connect it inside to the rest of the eyeliner shape. I had to pick up more product as my brush had run out. And I like to have a lot of product on the brush when I do my winged eye, because then it does not look patchy, and because it gets a little bit hard to fill in the wing once you do it. Doing the same on the other eye and then connecting the inside. Next, I'm gonna be using the Becca Champagne Pop. Yeah, Champagne Pop face palette to do my blush and the highlight. I'll be reviewing this blush palette on my blog pretty soon, so watch out. Next, I'm just gonna be using a fluffy, what do you call this? Yeah, fan brush to put on my highlight. And I'm just gonna be adding it to the top of my cheekbones, nowhere else. Next, I'm picking up the same Glowmiere Beauty sponge and just blending everything away together so there is no chalkiness on the skin and it really blends in easy. I'm gonna be using this Elle Matte Pops lipstick in the shade Deep Pink, which is a very nice mixture of pink and red, I would say. And just adding it on my lips. I did not have a matching lip liner, else I would have used a lip liner as well. Just shaping the lips with that one and then filling in. So this is how the finished look is. Hi guys, so this is the finished makeup look. Sorry, my battery died at the end of the video and I could not show you putting on my eyelashes. I'm using the Queen Bee lashes by Koko lashes, and I put on some mascara on my lower lash line, and I guess just put on some jewelry and my ethnic suit, and I'm all ready for Diwali. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Don't forget to leave a comment if you did. It's my first video, of course. There will be more coming soon. And let me know if you want me to try any makeup looks or film any more videos. You have any suggestions, any ideas, then do let me know in the comment box. And don't forget to subscribe. Bye!